So welcome to this class, all about getting the most out of your shoulder stand, Sarvangasana in Sanskrit. So the name in Sanskrit, Sarva means all, Anga means limbs, or in this case, body parts. So the literal translation is all body parts asana. Why is it called that? Because it affects all the parts of the body. Affects the toes, the feet, the legs, with the blood running from the legs back to the heart, following gravity, instead of working in the opposite direction. It works the internal organs of the body as we turn them upside down. It works the arms and shoulders as we're holding a little the weight upwards. Works the abdomen a little there as well as we're holding the weight upwards, and as we move into and out of the posture. And it gives, as we know, a deep stretch to the back of the neck and some compression at the throat where we have the thyroid and parathyroid glands. Added to that, the blood will be flowing down towards the head, so all the organs of the head region are getting that extra blood flow to them. So all body parts asana is a fair name. Now, all the benefits that come with this asana has its drawbacks in the precautions. So it can be too stressful for someone who needs to keep a very close eye on their blood pressure. It goes a little bit high. And if you are one of those people where it would be dangerous to have a higher level of a higher blood pressure, even for a short moment of a few minutes, then you would need to avoid this practice. Also, during pregnancy and during menstruation, it's advised to avoid the practice. If you have any spinal disc injuries, particularly in the neck, but also in the lower back region, then again, you would need to avoid the practice. And also, if you have some serious abdominal issues, again, best to avoid until that is cleared up. Otherwise, if you're fit and healthy, then you'll be good to go for this practice today. So there are various reasons why people find shoulder stand difficult or maybe uncomfortable, and therefore some people don't like this asana. It could be because you're feeling stress into the lower back. There should not be any stress in the lower back. The lower back should be straight because you're lifting upwards towards the sky. If there is stress, it's generally because there's too much downwards force coming down into your hands. So instead, we need to find upwards lift, some sense of lightness with that lift. So we'll be working on that in various exercises to help us get a sensation of the chest lifting upwards and off the floor or off the hands. Similar situation can be there for the abdomen and for the chest. Some people can feel a sense of compression and therefore be a little bit difficult to breathe, to open up these areas to breathe. And then again, it's the same situation of needing more lift in the body. The more lift you get, the more openness you're going to have in the chest and also at the abdomen. Another problem people have is pain in their wrists. But then again, it's the same reason. The wrists are being pressed and tilted because of the weight of the hips that come down into the hands. So again, when you find that lift upwards towards the sky, the wrists eventually come pretty much straight. So there is no tension on the wrists and therefore no pain on the wrists. Now it may be that your body isn't yet capable isn't yet open or flexible enough to find that sense of lift, to find that sense of straightness. And that's just something that you're going to have to work with over time. It may take you a moment to get yourself open through all the other asana practices, getting yourself more flexible, and then you will find that extra lift. It also may be because you're just not focusing on lifting upwards towards the sky. So that you may find a big difference with the practices we're doing today. Concerning the deep stretch to the neck that you may find uncomfortable, not too much I can do about that, because that is actually one of the main benefits of the practice, except to find as much as possible space in the neck. So lengthening the neck, moving the shoulders away from the ears to find that space. So if you're ready now, we will begin our practice. So just finding yourself tall and straight in your seated position, with the shoulders pressed gently downwards. Now with your hands at the front of the knees, just press against your knees and follow the movement of the navel forwards, and then follow it upwards. Feel that space you've just created in your abdomen. This is the space you will need to find in shoulder stand. Again, press your hands against your knees and follow an inhale with the chest leaning just slightly forwards and then lifting slightly higher. Feel that openness you've just created in your chest. We will need to find that openness in our shoulder stand. Make sure the shoulders haven't come up. Instead, again, just squeeze them downwards. And feel now a lengthening sensation in the back of the neck. The top of the head is reaching all the way up to the sky. Breathing here, allowing your eyes to close. Turning the palms of your hands upwards now, joining the thumbs and the index fingers together. And we'll just focus ourselves with the mantra Om chanted 3 times. So first, taking just for preparation a deep breath in and a long releasing breath out. One more time, then begin all together. One more full breath. And then exhaling, opening your eyes, releasing your hands. Now, I did mention that the wrists may take some strain in this posture, so we'll warm up and prepare our wrists first. So joining your hands together, make sure your fingers here are fully stretched open. When they open, they work the hand muscles and the finger muscles and into the wrist muscles even more. And press a little palm to palm. Now keeping the whole of the palms touching together, take a deep breath in, and then with exhale begin to press your hands downwards towards the floor, but don't let even 1 millimeter of gap in between your palms. Keep them pressed fully together. Breathing there. One last exhale, and then inhale, relax, coming back up to the center. Now turn your fingers to face towards your chest. Keep the shoulders nice and low, press them down, take a deep breath in, and then with exhale, press the hands forwards, but don't let even 1 millimeter of gap appear between your palms. Keep them firmly pressing together. Breathe there. Inhaling one more time and exhaling, relaxing, bringing your hands back in. Now turn your hands so your fingers are facing forwards. Then turn your hands so your fingers are now facing downwards. Make sure again you press the shoulders down low. This time we're lifting the hands, so take a deep exhale and then inhale, begin to raise up just the hands, keeping the shoulders down, keeping the fingers turned towards the floor. Breathe. One more inhale. And then exhale, releasing your hands back down and coming back to the center. Now open from the thumbs, the index fingers, ring fingers, and join the backs of your hands together. Try to press your thumbs together. Touching your little fingers to your sternum. Take a full deep breath in, feeling the back of the hands pressing together, and then begin slowly to lower your hands down. And again, keep your hands together. This time it's the back of the hands that stay together. Now press your little fingers gently inwards towards your abdomen and chest, but move your elbows forwards. Feeling a changing sensation in the stretch of the wrists. Very good. One more deep breath in there. And then exhale, releasing, relaxing the hands, and give the hands a little shake off. Very good. Feels like the wrists are now warmed up. So now we'll move to the neck. Obviously, shoulder stand is giving you a deep stretch to the neck, so we need to warm that up and prepare it. Feel free to change your seated position if you need to. Squeeze the shoulders down. As you do, you may feel the chest rising higher and the chin moved backwards a millimetre or two. Now inhale, re-lengthen the back of the neck, sending the top of the head again all the way up to the sky. Hold that lift in your chest. As exhaling, you lower the chin slowly downwards to meet the throat. Stay there with the head, but inhale the navel higher, the chest higher. And with exhale, letting your head relax fully down, feeling a deepening stretch now to the back of the neck. One more full exhale, flowing gently out. And then inhale, lifting the navel, lifting the chest. Chin moves inwards before we lift it, bringing an open sensation to the throat. Whole of the front of the body with the navel, chest lifting, throat fully open with a full deep breath in. Then as you exhale, simply bring the head back to the center, trying to hold this lift in the chest. Now to the sides. Inhale, re-lengthen the back of the neck, and then exhale, lowering your left ear nice and slowly down to the left shoulder. No movement in the upper body except upwards lift through both sides and downwards movement of the shoulders with a little bit extra press coming from the right shoulder. One last full and deep exhale, feeling that stretch, and then inhaling, re-lifting your head over the top of the spine, pressing up to the sky, and exhaling slowly in the release of your right ear down into the right shoulder. With inhale, we follow the navel and the chest up even higher, and with exhale, we give a little bit of downwards movement and press from the left shoulder, so we can follow that stretch from the back of the ear all the way to the tip of the shoulder. Softness of a last exhale flows out before re-lifting your head back to the center. Now the twist. Inhale, top of the head to the sky, from the center of the chest, open out to the shoulders, and exhaling, turning your head slowly to the left. Noticing the chest rising on inhale, and both shoulders pressing back on exhale. We deepen the sensation of twist twisting out tension from these neck muscles. One last deep exhale here before an inhale releases the head smoothly back through the center, and we turn slowly the head now over the right shoulder. No movement of the upper body except upwards lift of inhale, downward squeeze from the shoulder blades on exhale. This softness in the forehead following the softness of your breath. One last deep exhale, and then with inhale we can simply release and bring the head smoothly back again to the center. Very good. So now the rotation. Inhale, we re-lengthen the back of the neck, sending the top of the head again all the way up. And on exhale, the chin slowly lowers down to meet the throat. Following the inhale, the movement flows to the left and gently to the back, bringing again that open sensation. Exhale round smoothly to the right, following the movement all the way back to the chest. Opposite direction. Inhale flows the head right, and gently releasing to the back. Exhale flowing out left and coming smoothly all the way back to the chest, and then inhaling to re-lift the head. We release our cross-legged seated position now and stretch the legs out, giving them a little bit of movement. So neck nice and warm. We'll move now to focus on the shoulders. As we press with our hands, we lift the chest and feel the back as straight as you can. You may feel the buttocks even lifting slightly off the floor. Pull back the shoulders, feel as much expansion across the chest as possible. Good. Hold that now as you lift your hands, interlacing them together. Inhale them to the height of the chest, and then exhale, push forwards into the hands. At the same time, you're pushing backwards into the back muscles to give them a stretch. And now inhaling, pressing the palms forwards, and then raising them up to the sky, keeping the shoulders down away from the ears, and a slow release of your arms, following the slowness of your breath, bringing your hands all the way down to the floor. Now push again with your hands, lift the chest high, shoulders back, shoulders down. Hold that height as you release your hands, palms turn to face outwards. We pause here for an exhale, and then the inhale raises your arms up. If you're comfortable, you may even be able to look upwards, following your fingers as they come together, and palms turn out. With a deep and long exhale, we release the arms back down by our sides. Very good. So we'll come into Vajrasana now on the shins. So bringing your feet in, bringing yourself up to a squat, and then simply lowering the knees back down. Making some space in between your heels. Very good. Now I'm going to turn sideways. So we're going to bring a little extra opening now to the sides of the body and a twist into the spine. So with your hands either side of your hips, slide your left hand a little bit further outwards. Push with that hand against the floor and send the right sitting bone down towards the right foot. Less weight now felt on the left side. Eyes turning to the right hand, palm turns upwards to the sky. Exhale, inhale, raising out of that hand. Press the shoulder away from the ear and then come over the top of your ear. Try to lift the chest higher with inhale and then open up the right side with exhale. Relax your head with the movement, and on exhale we can feel the squeeze of the left side. On inhale, the openness of the right side. One last deep exhale here, turn the palm. Inhale, raising out of the right hand, and exhale, release it down. Now place your right hand behind you, in line with the spine if possible, and the left hand now is placed on the outside of the opposite knee. With the right hand and a deep breath in, we push the ground away to lift up to the sky. With exhale, the shoulders press low, and we use that space we've created to turn and twist, looking back behind us. Push off the right hand, inhaling the chest higher, turning and twisting, using the left hand against the knee to guide and to deepen the twist. Breathing always in the abdomen, always from the nostrils. One last deep exhale here, and then with inhale we simply relax, release, and the body comes back to the center. We join our hands behind us now, pulling back in the shoulders and feeling the chest rise. So we'll fold forwards over the top of the thighs. As we fold forwards, try to lift your arms away from the back and upwards to the sky. So focusing to a deep breath in that lifts the abdomen, that lifts and opens the chest. Try to open the throat. Keep looking forwards to keep that stretch on the front of the body. Following the breath out, we follow the chest downwards. Try to place the forehead to the floor if possible. Now focus to the arms, and with inhale they can rise upwards to the sky. With exhale, the chest becomes heavier as it relaxes over the knees. Breathe. Opening up in the shoulders as you pull the arms back. Very good. Now one last deep exhale. And then with inhale, lifting through the eyes, lifting through the chest, pulling the arms back, and raising slowly back up. Very good. So now we'll do the opening on the side body and the twist on the opposite side. So I'll just turn myself around, no need for you to do so. Heels separated. Hands again either side of the hips. Slide this time your right hand a little bit further out. Push from that hand and you're pushing your left sitting bone down into the floor, weight coming up off the right side. Turning your palm of your left hand and rolling the shoulders all the way back. Exhale. Inhale, following your fingers with your eyes upwards to the sky. A press down of the shoulder and coming over top of your ear now. Inhale, the press of the right hand, the lift of the navel and chest. Exhale, both shoulders down. Keep space between your ear and your arm as you reach. Making sure the elbow feels straight, the fingers are open, the fingers are stretching here. And we stay for one more deep inhale before turning the palm on exhale. Inhale, push the air away as you raise, and slow in the release down. Placing this hand now behind you in line with the spine. Right hand changes to the opposite knee. Push up with the back hand, lifting with the chest, pressing down with the shoulders before the exhale of twist turns the head looking back. Finding the navel and the chest rising with inhale. The shoulders press low with exhale, and using the hand against the outer knee to help deepen the twist with its press. One more deep exhale, and with inhale we release the tension and the body comes back to the center. Very good. So hopefully you're still reasonably comfortable in Vajrasana, otherwise just come up high up on the knees. So bring your hands now to the front and separate your fingers again, pushing from your hands. Now follow the sensation in your upper back and the shoulder blades. This is preparing us now for the shoulder stand and its movement. So take a deep breath in, and then with exhale, push forward as far as you can with your hands so you feel that stretch across the back. Breathe there, deep inhale, and then exhale, pull back with the shoulder blades and try to make a valley shape in between the shoulder blades. Stay there, I'm just turning myself so you can see better. Inhale, exhale, push forwards from the hands, stretch your upper back, and then inhale, pull back with the arms, press back in the shoulders. Good, one more time. Exhale, pushing forward, stretching the back, and then inhale, pull back, opening the chest. Very good. And then release your arms down. Now we're going to make the same movement, but in a plank on the knees. So placing yourself on all fours, hands a little bit further forwards than your shoulders. Knees can be together here, and bring the weight of the shoulders over the top of the wrists. Now as you inhale, push the ground away and push your upper back upwards to the sky. And then as you exhale, just let your body weight sink down from the chest and feel that deep valley shape in between the shoulder blades. Inhale, push up and make a hill or a mountain from your upper back. And then exhale, making a valley in between the shoulder blades, sinking down. This position doesn't feel good. But inhale, push up, and this position now should feel good and strong. Just one more time, letting the body weight sink downwards, but keeping your arms straight, just so you can inhale and push back up again. Very good. So we'll lower all the way down now to our abdomen and to the chest, and we'll prepare for another exercise of lifting in the chest. So left arm over the top of your head, or actually whichever arm works best, so you can keep watching the screen. Turning yourself over onto one side and lifting your head into your hand if your neck and wrist is comfortable to do so. Guide this supporting elbow a little bit further back behind you. Press the chest and the hips forward so your body is now in a straight line. So here, another exercise of learning how to lift the chest. So important in shoulder stand to find that sensation of upwards movement. So we're going to raise the right arm up to the sky and open and stretch the fingers. Now from here, we'll deeply inhale and try to lift the chest off the floor. So first an exhale to prepare, and then inhale, reach through the arms and try to lift your chest up, and exhale, releasing back down. Again, inhale, push up through your arm, lift the chest off the floor, feel the space, and exhale, releasing down. One more time. Inhaling up, creating space, and exhale, releasing back down, placing your hand and rocking over onto the opposite side. So I'm going to turn myself around. You can as well if you wish, or just stay in that same direction. So opposite arm now over the top of your head, rocking over onto your side, lifting your head into your hand, moving the elbow that supports the head a little bit further back. Chest and hips are both pressing forwards so your body has a thin, straight line. Very good. Now keeping your balance as your left arm reaches up to the sky. So the idea here is to feel the lift of your chest using those muscles around the chest. So exhale first, and then inhale, lifting the chest up, create some space and opening, and exhale, releasing the chest back. Inhale, lifting the chest, feel it open, feel it stretching, and exhale, releasing. If
Feel that compression a little in the chest. That's what you may feel in shoulder stand until you inhale and lift it. This is what you should be feeling in shoulder stand, that sensation of upwards movement. And exhaling, releasing back down. Good. Placing your hand again in front of the chest, releasing your head from your arms and rocking over onto your back this time. So we're coming into the preparation for the bridge pose. So your knees are hip width and your feet have the same distance. Now reach your hands towards your heels and just touch with your middle finger the tip of your heel. Very good. Now fingertips upwards to the sky, palms face inwards towards each other, and bring your elbows as close as you can to the sides of your body. So in shoulder stand, we want our shoulder blades to be moving inwards towards each other. In this next movement we're going to make, the idea is to feel the sensation of movement from the shoulder blades that we will need in Sarvangasana, the shoulder stand. So here the forearms are going to be moving outwards to the sides and the backs of the hands coming towards the floor. They may even touch, but if they touch or not, it's unimportant. So first exhaling, and then with inhale, open the forearms out to the side. See if the backs of the hands touch to the floor or not. And then bringing the hands back up until the palms both face inwards. Again, inhale, open out and feel the sensation of your shoulder blades. They're moving towards each other to help the chest feel lifted and opened. And bringing the hands back in. One more time. We're using this movement of the forearms opening out to open up the chest, to lift the chest. Feel that in your shoulder blades, how they've moved towards each other, and then releasing, bringing the hands back. Very good. Bring the elbows again in nice and tight to the sides of the body. So again, now we're going to lift the chest, focusing again to the importance of the lift in the chest in the shoulder stand. Often in shoulder stand we feel discomfort in the elbows because the elbows are too wide, and then we're pressing on this inner bone of the elbow. But you'll notice here that no matter how hard you press with the elbows nice and close inwards, there's no discomfort to the elbows. Keep your fingers nice and stretched. We're going to lift just the chest. That means the hips and the shoulders stay touching to the floor, and we're just focusing on how wide and open the chest can become. So we'll start here with an exhale, and then inhale, push down with your elbows so you get that rebound lift of the chest, feeling it open, feeling it stretched, and exhale, release it and relax it. Again, inhale, push down with your elbows, lifting and opening up in the chest, and exhale, releasing. One more time, push down with your elbows, lifting high with the chest, feel its opening, and exhale, releasing, relaxing, and placing your hands to the floor. So next we're going to actually lift up into the bridge pose, and with our hands joined together, ideally, we'll walk the shoulders in together and feel the sensation of the shoulder blades close together and the support from the hands. So exhale first, pressing the navel downwards towards your spine, and then inhale, rolling up from first the coccyx, then the sacrum, then the lower back, middle back, all the way up to the shoulders. Try to join your hands together and press your hands into the floor. If it's difficult to press your hands down, then simply keep the palms of your hands on the floor instead of interlocking. Now bring all of the body weight into the left shoulder so the right shoulder can move underneath you. And then bring the weight onto the right shoulder so the left shoulder can move underneath. Extra lengthen the back of the neck, finding that space in the vertebrae. And again, see if the shoulders can come in even closer. You may even join the palms of your hands together. And then push from your feet to lift your hips, lifting, stretch the abdomen, lifting in the chest. Now this is the sensation in the upper back that we'll be looking for in shoulder stand. Notice here maybe that you are not aware of any vertebrae touching the floor, just the back of the head and the muscles of the upper back and shoulders. Now one more deep inhale, pressing your feet and feeling your abdomen stretched and lifted, and exhaling, releasing your hands, rolling back down through the vertebrae of your upper, middle, lower back, and bringing the hips back down. For a moment here, we'll just lift the knees into the chest, wrapping your arms around and squeezing gently the thighs in. And so one more inhale, and then exhale, releasing that tension away. Now one more problem we may have with the shoulder stand is not finding the lift from the lower abdomen, the area around the pubic bone. We focus quite a lot now on lifting the chest, so we'll bring the focus down into that lower abdomen region and find the sensation of lift from there. So raising both legs up to the sky. If it's difficult to hold this position, you can slide your hands underneath the buttocks or even underneath the pelvis. You can even bend a little in the knees if you need to. Now from here we're going to focus first to the left leg and just lift the left leg as high as possible 3 times. So exhale and then inhale, push that left foot as high as you can, and exhale, bringing it back. Inhaling the leg up and exhale, releasing. One more time, inhaling, pushing that left leg up and releasing down. Right leg now, exhale, inhale, right foot pushing up and exhale down. Notice the hip, inhaling up and exhaling back down. One more time, pushing up, notice the lower abdomen making the movement and releasing down. Very good, nice and easy with one leg. Let's try it with 2 legs, a little bit more of a challenge. So first we'll lift the head, palms turn upwards, inhale, sweep the arms out over the head, take a stretch here from the coccyx to the fingertips before interlacing the hands at the back of the head, elbows push downwards. Now we'll lift the head, deep breath in, and exhale, lifting the chin to the throat. Good. So we have now a little bit more pressure of the lower back into the mat. We'll use that pressure to lift up with the hips, pushing the pubic bone upwards to the sky. And we'll be strengthening our abdomen at the same time. So exhale first, and then inhale, pushing the feet up, lifting the hips just slightly, and exhale, releasing the hips back down. Follow the movement of the pubic bone, inhale, up, and exhale, back down. Don't worry if there's hardly any actual lift. Movement is what counts. Exhale, inhale, lifting up, pushing through the feet, and exhale, releasing down. Place your head, place the palms of your hands, and rebending now in the knees. Very good. So now we'll work on the lift that we need for lifting actually up into the shoulder stand We need some strength in the abdomen. We need the press of the palms into the floor. So first, reach your hands towards the bottom of the mat and extra lengthen again in the back of the neck. So take a deep breath in and then exhale, push from the hands, lift the hips off the floor and exhale, releasing back down. Again, deep breath in, exhale, push the hands, bring the knees up in towards the chest and exhale, releasing down. One more time, deep breath in and exhale, pushing and releasing. Very good. And again, just wrap your arms around the legs and squeezing in. So if you are one of those people who find it difficult to move the hips up to get into the position, I recommend practicing that movement 10 times each day, or even better, twice, 2 rounds of 10, 2 different times of the day. Very good. So we'll bring ourselves up now to seated. So take a deep breath and then exhale, curling yourself up into a ball and then rocking yourself back up to seated. Very good. So that's all the preparation done. So time to move now actually into shoulder stand, but first we're going to practice the shoulder stand against the wall. We're going to use the wall to feel each part of this lift that we've just been working at, feeling and preparing our bodies first. So find yourself a wall that has the width of the end of your yoga mat. Okay, so moving your mat, and I'll move mine as well. Good, so hopefully you found yourself a friend, and we're going to use that friend now. So placing yourself to the side of your mat and as close to the wall as you can, even try to tilt your hip so you're half climbing up the wall, and then as you roll onto your back you should find the buttocks touching the wall, your body in the center of the mat and your feet resting there on the wall. Very good. So we're going to feel this sensation of lift now in the chest and in the lower abdomen by pressing the feet to the wall. So first we need to make sure we have full length in the back of the neck and a movement of the shoulders away from the ears. Separating your feet to around hip distance and just slide your feet down the wall, but just enough that your soles touch the wall. Don't bring your feet down any further, it doesn't help you. You'll end up just having to slide them back up. So just low enough that the soles are against the wall. And here there's very minimum use of the hands, all the use is of the legs to lift the hips. So exhale first and then inhale, push your feet against the wall to lift your head up. Sorry, to lift your hips up. Now extra lengthen the back of the neck as you come up. And keep your arms relaxed for a moment and just push your feet and feel this movement of the pubic bone pushed away from the wall and the chest up towards the chin. Now let's walk the shoulders in towards each other. So bring your weight into one shoulder and tuck the other shoulder underneath you. Turning your hands upwards to the sky just as we did before and push your elbows into the floor, pressing the feet against the wall, and you feel again the upwards movement of the chest. And place your hands into the lower back, support the weight, and you'll notice the wrists are almost straight. Good. And push the feet up. If you need to, slide your feet a little bit higher, but don't straighten your legs. Keep that 90-degree bend at the knee. Now remember the movement we made at the shoulder blades when our forearms came out to the side? Refine that now. rock over onto one shoulder blade and then turn the palm outwards to bring the elbow in. Place again that hand, opposite side, elbow in, making that movement of the shoulder blade, bringing the shoulder blades together and lifting the chest up close to the chin. If you were to speak here, and you can try speaking, your voice would probably have a very funny sound like this. I'm just going to back off just slightly so I can continue to talk. Push the pubic bone up. Feel how the gluteal muscles of the buttocks are working to make that press. Breathing here, feeling more of a sense of comfort in the elbows and in the wrists. Straightness to the back, there's no stress on the back. The openness to the chest, stretch on the abdomen, pushing upwards. Now hold that as one leg, then the other raises and join the feet together. Keep that push from the pubic bone, lifting upwards. Breathing. Feet are together, heels and toes. Very good. One more deep inhale here, and then exhale, refinding the wall with the soles of the feet, releasing your hands, deep breath in, and then exhale, rolling back down nice and slowly through your back, bringing your hips again down to the wall, and just take a moment to breathe here, refinding that length in the neck, matching the length of your exhale, the relaxation that follows it. Very good. So we'll come away now from the wall. Just bring the knees into the chest and rocking yourself over to one side or the other so you can come back up to seated, and then we'll turn the mat away from the wall now, and we'll re-lift into shoulder stand. So coming back again down onto your back, making sure your head is on the soft mat and not on the hard floor. Reaching your arms towards your feet, lengthening the back of the neck. Palms push down into the ground. So we'll lift here now into the shoulder stand without the use of the wall, but with the same sensation of lift. So exhale, and then inhale either with straight legs or with the legs bent, raising the legs up, push down with the hands to lift the hips, and place the hands into the lower back. Now using that movement of the elbows and the forearms to bring the elbows in closer, rock a little from side to side, getting the shoulder blades in nice and close, and then pushing from your pubic bone up to the ceiling, finding that straight line in your body. Breathing, remember never to move your head in this position. Your eyes can move, but not the neck. It's a lot of strain on the neck. Now notice the position of your hands. The wrists are more or less straight. Your elbows can push into the floor without any sense of discomfort because they are nice and close in, and you may even get them a millimetre or two closer. Notice the pubic bone lifting towards the sky. There's no strain on your back. The back is virtually straight and lifting upwards. There's no strain in the chest or the abdomen, just their movement upwards. So using the muscles a little bit of the abdomen, but otherwise the abdomen breathes smoothly and relaxed. Very good. Experience your shoulder stand for one more deep inhale. And then exhale, begin to release, bringing the legs halfway over the top of your head, releasing your hands down to the mat, And following an exhale with the spine, refinding the floor, vertebra by vertebra, and then relaxing the legs down again, bending the knees as you wish, keeping the legs straight if you prefer, and taking a moment here to breathe and to relax. Very good. So we'll lift up into the shoulder stand one more time. And this time, there's many things you can do in shoulder stand to have a little bit more fun, to play a little. And we'll bring just one leg over the top of the head, so we will come into a half plough position. And we'll get a nice stretch on the legs as we do. So your feet together, your arms again reaching down towards your feet, and the palms pressed into the floor. A full deep exhale here, and then inhale, raising the legs up. Feel free to bend the knees as you come up. Push with the hands and lift the hips up, placing the hands to the lower back. Elbows in closer. Rock a little from side to side, get the shoulders in closer. And remembering when we did the bridge pose, feeling that sensation now of the upper shoulder muscles and the back muscles touching the floor instead of your spine. Remembering that sensation of pressing your elbows into the floor we had to lift the chest up higher. Now take a deep breath in, and then with your exhale, lowering your left leg only over the top of your head, bringing it down towards the floor, hopefully and ideally touching the floor, but if not, not to worry. If the foot does come down, then you can focus on your right leg, moving from the hip, that foot away, so you're getting a good stretch in the hips, in the leg, from the movement in both directions. Very good. One last deep exhale there, and then inhale, re-lifting your feet back up together. Very good. Pause for a moment, adjusting your position, feeling the lift of the pubic bone. Now opposite side, deep breath in, and then exhale, right leg coming over the top of your head, down towards the floor. If it doesn't touch, don't worry, just breathe. Exhale softly, and the foot will come down a little bit further each exhale. If the foot is on the floor, then focus to your left leg, moving it in the opposite direction. Move from the hip, move with your breath, feeling the stretch it creates. Very good. One last deep exhale, and then inhale, raising the right leg back up, rejoining your feet together. Just one moment of adjustment. We find that tall, straight shoulder stand. One more deep breath in. And then exhale, begin to release, the legs coming just halfway over the top of the head. When you feel balanced, the hands can be released to the floor. Inhale and exhale slowly, rolling the back down. Using the abdomen here, we created the strength earlier in the class. And exhale, releasing your legs down. Again, feel free to bend the knees into the chest instead of coming down with straight legs, as you feel comfortable to. Relaxing for a moment, breathing, feeling the sensation of your arms now relaxed, shoulders and neck relaxed. Very good. So we can take now our fish pose, Matsyasana. Coming into a cross leg position of your choice. I'm just going to practice a simple cross leg. Arms in nice and close, lift the chest a little, work the elbows in a little closer, exhaling deeply, and then inhale, lift the chest, lift the head off the floor before tilting the head back and slowly and gently placing the back of the head. You may get your elbows in a little bit closer, and if you push with your elbows, you'll lift the chest higher, you'll stretch the abdomen more, and if you feel the touch of the top of the head to the floor, it should be as light as possible. Don't just rest the body weight on the top of the head, but instead use the arms, push them into the floor, open the space of the throat, breathe, and feel the touch of the top of the head to be light. Very good. One last exhale. Inhale, push with your arms, lift the head off the floor, make sure it's your shoulders that come down first, then the head is released. Taking a moment to breathe, to relax your arms. Very good. So we'll finish with a gentle twist, knee movement type 2. So bring your feet and knees together. And then with a sweep of the arms over the top of your head, you can stretch again from the coccyx through to the fingers. That also helps to work as a little counter pose. And interlacing the hands to the back of the head. Or you can hold opposite elbow with opposite hand. So both knees to the left side. First a deep breath in. And exhale, lowering your knees slowly down to the left. And then turning your head towards your right arm. Breathing and relaxing. Feeling this gentle twist that comes into the lower back. And your thighs completely softened. One last deep exhale, bringing your head to the center. Inhale, raising the knees up. And exhaling, lower both knees to the right side, turning your head in the opposite direction. Relax and breathe, following the movement in the abdomen. Let's rise and fall. Very good. Again, one last exhale, head to the center. Inhale, raising the knees up. And then releasing with a sweep of your arms. Coming all the way back by your side, knees up into the chest, wrapping your arms, squeezing in. And then we'll release all the way out for our final relaxation, Shavasana. Palms turn upward, shoulders rolling in, back of the neck lengthened. Relax and breathe. Feeling the sensation of today's practice on your body as you follow its breath. Observing the shoulders and the back of the neck as you let them relax fully. The neck has received a good stretch. It's been opened and lengthened, and we've helped the nerves that pass through the neck. The shoulders have been working to hold the weight of the body. And we can now exhale softly and let them relax completely. The arms as well have been working to support the weight of the body as it lifted. Give them your breath, Give them this moment to relax and to release. Observing the wrists, observing the hands, feeling their release. And observing the chest. We've been opening the chest, we've been lifting the chest, and now it can sink down in relaxation and release. Abdomen gently rises and falls. We follow its rhythm. Rhythm of softness, rhythm of relaxation. Relaxation felt in the hips, the thighs, knees, ankles and feet. Relaxation is now present in the whole body and with each breath. Now we'll prepare ourselves to release this position. One more full and deep inhale. And then exhale, moving and awakening the fingers and toes, bringing the feet back in together. With an inhale comes the sweep of the arms over the top of the head and a full stretch and lengthen. And exhale, releasing your arms, bringing the knees up again into the chest, wrapping your arms around, squeezing in, maybe a little rock from side to side. And then rocking yourself up to seated, lifting the head and exhaling back up. So we'll find ourselves again now in comfortable, seated, meditative position. Hands again to the knees, finding Dhyana Mudra, feeling the back nice and straight, following this sensation once more of the chest and the abdomen lifting, the back nice and straight, the neck nice and straight. The eyes closed to feel the sensation of the body, feeling today's practice through the sensation of the body. Close this session now with 3 rounds of Omkar and Om Shanti. For preparation, take a deep inhale. Release that breath slowly. One more inhale, then we begin together. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. One more full inhale. And then exhaling, reopening the eyes, releasing the hands, and carry on. Thank you very much for joining me today for this class. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. And we'll see you again for another one.